U.S. District Judge is sending Elon Musk back to court, this time about something different. From what we've been talking about in the last few weeks, he was trying to avoid, his attorneys were trying to avoid going into trial, but it looks like it's set for October 22nd. That's a while from now. So more negative publicity. I wish this wasn't happening, but I'll tell you all about it and what he can do to hopefully avoid it and again bring more positive narrative to what's happening with Tesla rather than dragging on all these lawsuits on and on throughout the entire year. I'll tell you what happened. We'll talk about the tweet and we'll talk about what the possible action from Elon could be in the next few weeks. Taking over the world, electrifying the world, Welcome to E4 Electric, your number one source of unbiased electric car news. If this is your first time here, go ahead and click on that subscribe button down there so you don't miss anything moving forward. Okay, so I know there was a lot of talk about the settlement with SEC. As a matter of fact, last week, Elon tweeted something that I thought could be borderline, in violation of that. And again, I think maybe if there was anything, maybe like a phone call somewhere in a background of things, just not, I thought, the best thing that he could have done, but nobody really noticed that. Nothing really happened, which is good. But this time around, the tweet from 2018 from last year, July 15th, and it's one that where Elon called a cave diver a pedophile, essentially, in this tweet, and then kind of a double down on that. And that's what he's going to be going to court to. And so basically, the guy's suing him and for $75,000. So it's really not that much. And I think it's kind of maybe to more make the point, and I think that's even more reason for Elon maybe to be a little more compassionate and kind of solve it with him. Now, originally when Elon posted this, he apologized and he took down that tweet. He said he did it in anger and it was good. But then later on, he actually ended up doubling down on that and giving interview to BuzzFeed saying that, this guy's moved Thailand specifically for all of that stuff and just a lot of ugly stuff that and he had no evidence for it. So that's what this is kind of all about. And let's not forget the story behind it is that there was a kids soccer team trapped in a cave, and I think it was like multi-week effort even to get them out there. And then Elon volunteered to create sort of a little submarine with their SpaceX engineers to help him out. And then this guy, one of the divers, was kind of saying, well, Elon, you're just doing this for PR stunt. Your submarine is not really going to work. By the way, I don't think there's anything wrong with having a PR stunt like this if you're helping people. I mean, we all love Elon because he's a great PR person for the entire movement of electric cars, and he does it with some PR stunts. I don't really think it as a negative thing if you're going to bring attention to innovation and help and save lives. I don't really think anything wrong with it, but Elon took offense to that, and that's how this whole thing started. And me personally, I think this is something that, even though it has nothing to do with electric cars or whatever, I think this is one of the most unfortunate things that I've ever heard him say or do. But now that they're going to court, what is going to happen, and what can Elon Musk do to kind of hopefully avoid this sort of negative publicity that's probably going to be another cloud above him and Tesla for the next half a year, which I'm sure we can all live without. Okay, so let's talk about that. Before that, of course, a quick reminder that this video on this channel is sponsored by Byton. Check out the all-new M-Byte coming to the US and Europe in 2020. Check out the price starts at $45,000 before the incentives. Over 50,000 reservations made around the world. So check out this amazing huge screen and rotating seats. Make your reservations using the link in the description of this video. I don't know why you wouldn't. Zero money down. Okay, all right. So let's talk about this. Now, you know how I try to break this into negatives and positives. So actually, let's do that. So it's hard to find negatives in this story, but I think there is one. I think this is one of the last Twitter tweets from last year the turbulent year for Elon, that basically he's going to have to deal with. The SEC thing seems to be pretty settled right now, unless he does something incredibly stupid. That should be kind of settled, and we're happy to move on. But this one is not settled, and this one is another opportunity for Elon to say, okay, listen, you know what, I was under a lot of stress, and we were working on the production ramp up for Model 3, and this was not the right thing to do, and basically come out and own it. And I think that's where we will all applaud for this. I mean, obviously it's been almost a year, but something that I feel like he can do right. So I think that's a positive on it. I mean, the negative thing is obviously that this is just bad publicity for him, for Tesla, for electric car movement. This is definitely something that none of us really probably need, and all of us are really tired of talking about. But again, I think there's an opportunity here, so we'll see what happens. The the main reason why judge decided, it looks like, why this is something that they can proceed with as far as a trial is concerned, is that because Elon actually gave interview to BuzzFeed after specifically claiming that this is true, and kind of again doubling down on this. That was the biggest thing why it looks like the trial is actually going to be happening. Again, I hope they settle this before that and make things right. So that's where we're at right now. Let me know what you think about it. Do you think this is a big deal in terms of what happened, and calling somebody who's not a celebrity, accusing him of a crime without any evidence really, and then doubling down on that? Let me know if that rubs you wrong way. It does rub me wrong way, and I've said it many times. Don't forget to get on our VIP list, by the way. Some exclusive articles that we do every weekend, and now we're coming up with a few really cool deals that we're going to advertise very soon. It's free. Go to e4electric.com/VIP, and of course, if you want to watch me live, patreon.com/e4electric. All these videos are live for all of my supporters. So thank you to all of you guys, to my Patreon community. You are awesome. All right, looking forward to your comments. Other than that, see you next time, and remember to stay charged.